Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome to yet another episode of The Way Life Ought to Be. I'm your host, Wayne Kramer. I hope your life is going amazing. I hope you're getting after the goals and dreams and aspirations that you have, and you are never, ever going to relent, living the life that you were designed to live and the purpose that you were designed to be on this earth for. First and foremost, I would like to thank each and every one of you for listening to this podcast. It's a huge honor that you take time out of your busy week to listen to The Way Life Ought to Be. If you have not clicked subscribe, please look away from your phone or look down, unless you're driving or something, and hit subscribe. Share this podcast as much as possible. Please review as well. This podcast is available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify. It is now available on iHeartRadio as well. With all the small talk and niceties out of the way, let's jump right into this episode of The Way Life Ought to Be. We're going to be talking about consistency and achievement. How do they ride together? How does consistency bring about higher achievement? As I do often during these episodes, I am going to look at the definition of consistent. The definition of consistent is acting or done in the same way over time, especially so as to be fair or accurate, unchanging in nature, compatible or in agreement with something. Acting or done in the same way over time, especially so as to be fair or accurate. Consistent. How can being consistent in what we do in our lives lead to a higher level of achievement? When we utilize the power of consistency in our lives, it will begin to give us secure and more assured feelings about what we're doing or what we are going after, which will lead to a higher level of self-assurance and achievement. An example would be if you were trying to become healthier. Eating a better diet and exercising can't just be a temporary thing. I feel good, I walked, I jogged, I ate healthy for a day. Now I'm going to go to the buffet. I want it to be that way. I so want it to be that way, but it's not how it works. It must be a lifestyle change that will keep you in place and consistently executing that will eventually lead to a much healthier state of being. All too often we diet or cut back on sweets, we exercise for a while, but then we see the results and we reward ourselves with a double cheeseburger with bacon, lots of cheddar cheese, lots of mayo, the real kind, not the fake kind, big large basket of fries, and a huge chocolate malt. Oh, don't get me wrong. That sounds absolutely amazing. But at the same time, if we don't take the necessary steps to bring about the desired outcome, that desired outcome simply will not come into existence. We would be lying to ourselves to believe that a different outcome would come out of the same actions. Come on, man. Would you agree? Would you agree? You have to agree. It is really the culmination of unbending and linear consistency, executing all of the small steps in order to bring about changes in our lives. Say, for example, you would like to have a better relationship with your spouse and you decide that you want to be closer to them and have a more trusting relationship. Well, if this is the case, then your actions must consistently speak that into the relationship. If you're a husband and you want your wife to feel special, then you need to do things to make her feel special. You need to open the door for her, even if it means walking around the car in the pouring rain, because it's that simple, seemingly small, little act of sacrifice, putting her above you and putting her needs before yours, that show her that you're willing to do what it takes to make sure she feels loved and that she's taken care of every day, not just on Valentine's. Valentine's is kind of a joke. I know it's great. Once a year, oh yeah, Cupid shot me with an arrow. I didn't die, so I bought a card for my wife or my girlfriend, whatever. It's cool, but we also could just be consistent in our love for one another. And then Valentine's just is an extra little blip on the screen of a great life. I was listening to a speaker, and he was talking about making small, marginal changes that can just make a little bit of difference in your life, each and every single day, and do it with consistency. Now, he was explaining how he has a very short attention span. I know someone like that. And he is basically a C student that starts reading a book, puts it down, and starts to surf Facebook, social media, whatever, looking out the window, daydreaming, looking at squirrels. But he went on to explain that if he just grabs a book, opens it up, and starts reading one word at a time, he'll read another word, and another word, and another, and another. And eventually, all of those little steps and decisions will form into the reading and completion, hopefully understanding and retention, of an entire book. Now, I don't believe that it's always the best person who wins or comes out on top. However, I do believe that the person who is most dedicated and consistent in their actions towards obtaining their goals will almost always come out on top. Because if they refused to give up, if there's a setback, they don't stop, lie down. They still consistently take steps every single day towards their goal, which in turn builds their confidence. And it strengthens their belief that what they are after is inevitably going to become reality. Have you ever heard the phrase, practice makes perfect? Practice makes perfect, Bob. Practice makes perfect. You're like, okay, what am I, 5? It's true, though. Practice over and over in a consistent fashion will indeed become more and more perfect over time. If you want to have a skill set, or you're after something and you practice over and over again with intention in a consistent manner each and every day, you will indeed become more and more adept at that task. Now, we dismiss that saying as old-fashioned, when at the same time we should be embracing that concept to gain the amazing skills that can change our lives and the world around us. According to Dwayne Johnson, who you may know better as The Rock, success isn't always about greatness. It's about consistency. Consistent hard work leads to success. Greatness will come. Are you taking action consistently each and every day while others aren't? Are you telling yourself that it's okay to take days off many times throughout the year? And then are you still frustrated at the results? Because if you are, you're not being consistent. You can't be upset at the results if you haven't done anything to work towards the goal. It's kind of like when I go golfing. I don't golf often. Now, I think golf is a great game, but when I go golfing and I have a bad outing, why would I even be upset? I haven't done anything. I haven't worked on my chipping, my putting, my drives, my stance, my backswing. I don't even know how far my clubs are going to hit the ball because I've not been using them in a consistent manner. It's simply not right to hold yourself accountable for not achieving something when you haven't taken the steps necessary to produce the desired outcome. It's simply not right. When you don't feel like doing the actions it takes to achieve your goals and dreams, what you're doing is putting them on the back burner. You're not walking through the pain to get to the desired outcome. How about this from Bruce Springsteen? He said, getting an audience is hard. Sustaining an audience is hard. It demands a consistency of thought, of purpose, and of action over a long period of time. He would know that because he's actually done that in the public eye and been incredible at it for many years. It's like he's maintained and sustained having an audience over the course of years. Is it just luck that that's happened, or is it because he has executed consistently the steps required in order to have that desired outcome? I would contend quite obviously after looking at his quote that he has diligently and consistently sought to maintain that audience and done what was required to have that occur. Don't get me wrong. Talent is very important, but I believe 100% with full certainty that consistency and dedication will trump talent each and every time. Each and every time. You want to win, you want to get a goal, you want to achieve at a higher level, you want to realize a dream, you want to bring a dream that seems so far-fetched that it's not possible. You want to bring it to fruition? Take the small steps and do them consistently. What is it that you have set on the horizon for your future? Well, first and foremost, if you have no goals, come on, bro. You need to set some goals today. There is no reason that you should be waiting at all. Decide what you want to achieve and begin. Draft a specific plan to make that happen. You need to take consistent steps each and every single day to move you little by little, incrementally closer to your goals or desired outcome. If your goal is to read 20 books this year, grab a book today, not tomorrow, not tonight, not next week, today. Sit down and read, and tomorrow do the same thing. The next day, do the same thing. Do not take a day off. Read consistently, at least a chapter or part of a chapter every single day, and you will have your goal met. It's like magical, man. It's like magic. It's not like magic. It's the result of consistency. It's that consistent action coupled with the required discipline to get to the necessary outcome that will provide your future. Say, for example, you make a soup or a stew, and you would like the flavor to be consistent throughout the entire soup or stew or dish. What that means is that the flavoring is not sparsely thrown in here and there. If you pour a bowl of that soup or stew and you take a spoonful out and you eat it, I'm pretty hungry. I'm thinking about soup or stew now. And you eat it, the flavor will be consistent throughout that entire bowl or spoonful. It will have a consistent, reliable, assured flavor profile. Now, in the same respect, if we're looking to grow our lives towards a goal or aspiration, then that should be true in our lives as well. There should be consistent disciplines demonstrated throughout our entire life that point towards our goals, our purpose, what we are trying to achieve. They're not just sparsely thrown in. If they are sparse and only here and there, what that means is you're not actually chasing after your goals, and it needs to be consistently visible and apparent throughout your entire life that you're after that goal. For example, if I would like to be healthy and in shape and you were to follow me around, walk around, document my day. I'm here live. I'm documenting Wayne Kramer's day. I'll be following him throughout his day and writing down what he does. This is a special 60 minutes presentation. It's going to be simply amazing. You should see disciplines throughout the entire day from morning until night that would give you the belief or prove to you that I'm trying to live a healthy life. I shouldn't be at McDonald's 3 times a day. I shouldn't be having a malt every 10 minutes. I should be exercising. I should be weighing myself. Checking. That's what that does. You can actually see if you're having success. I should be taking my blood pressure. I should be taking a vitamin or some type of a supplement or eating healthier. There should be consistent actions that point towards my goal. You should be able to look at my life and what I'm doing and know what I'm after without me even having to say anything, because my actions should speak volumes compared to what my words could ever offer. Take a look at your goals and dreams. Write them down in the greatest possible detail that you could ever muster. Leave out no detail, no matter how small. Be exacting in every possible way. Make a list of consistent actions you can take each and every day, even if they are so small that you think they're stupid. Come on, man. I'm going to read a sentence in a book. It is something, and something is always better than nothing. I used to have a friend. He passed away a year ago. Great guy. And he said, Wayne, doing something is always better than doing nothing. Doing something is always better than doing nothing, because it does bring you closer to what you're trying to accomplish. Each day, hold yourself accountable. Find a friend. Find someone else that's trying to grow. Have them hold you accountable. Help each other be accountable. Work towards what you want to achieve. Stop putting it off. Stop telling yourself that you failed on Thursday, so now you're done. I was doing good, and then Thursday came and I failed. I didn't read a book, so I'm done reading forever. I'm going to have a book burning in my backyard. Yep, that's what I'm going to do. If you fail, you are forever banished from trying to succeed ever again. You have had your chance, son, and now your life must end. Lie there and be sad for eternity. And you know how it works. You got to stand up, man. You got to stand up. You've got to get up. Get back on the horse. Keep moving forward. Quitting is not an option. If your goal or what you're going after is important enough to you, quitting is not an option. Maybe you need to delete an app on your phone. Maybe you need to not hang out with certain people. Maybe you need to stop going to certain places and replace it with actions that will bring you closer to the life that you actually would like to be living. Basically, we all have 24 hours in a day, but some of us take those same 24 hours and we invent things, design things, impact the world for multiple generations, if not eternity, while others watch TV, hang out, and wait for life to come to them in a gift bag and achieve nothing. The day ends, there's nothing achieved. There's nothing to be celebrated. There's nothing to provide hope that your actions tomorrow will continue to move you into the life you were designed to live. The person that is succeeding at the higher level does not have more time in the day. They are allotted 24 hours in a day, just as I am, just as you are. The reason they're moving and achieving at such higher levels is because they're utilizing those hours much more efficiently and effectively, and they're consistently using their time to move towards what they're trying to achieve. If you have ever heard the phrase, if you're going to eat an elephant, you need to do it one bite at a time. Probably not good for the elephant. Good thing it's only a phrase. It's a great statement, though, because it's true. If you want to write a book, you need to write the book one letter, one word, or one page at a time. If you want to be a marathon runner, then you need to train one step at a time each and every single day until you're able to run and complete a marathon. Life is a marathon. It's not a sprint. Even though our culture continually makes it seem as if everything is instantaneous, and by watching social media and TV, you would think everyone is succeeding like that. One day I was working at Arby's as a fry guy, and the next day I was the largest software developer on the planet Earth. I had a great idea. I typed it into Facebook and people started sending me money. That would be so awesome if that's how it worked. I still wouldn't have a software idea, but I could probably come up with something. Now, in very rare instances, there is quick success, but I would still contend that it usually is a result of consistent actions moving towards that success. The fact of the matter is that people achieving at the highest level are running a marathon, and during the marathon, they fall down. They skin their knees, they break their arm, they injure their back, they hurt their foot, their lungs are burning. They're really tired and they are fighting through the pain, but they keep getting up. They stand up. They don't lie down and walk back to the starting line and say, "Yeah, man, I was on mile 25 and I was like, screw this. There's a college football game on. I'm going to have a brat." Now, I love college football games. I love the whole deal. But why would you do that? If you ran that much of the marathon, can you imagine turning around? "Oh, I ain't doing it. That's stupid. I came to my senses. I'm out." I'm sure they have those thoughts, but they don't. Now, if you're injured, maybe you'd have to stop. I don't know. But for the most part, people that are doing something like that, they see the end goal, the finish line, and they do not stop running after it. We can do the same thing if we only decide to do it. All action is preceded by a decision. The decision is followed by consistent actions. We make a decision, we take action in a consistent way, and we pour our resources into that action each and every single day, working towards the goal that we are after. How can you take more consistent steps in your life? Starting today, how can you do it? What are some things that you could do to help bring you closer to your goal? If you're in sales and you want to be the top sales consultant in your company, and you're looking at the top person, you're thinking, I'm as good as they are. Why are they making so much more than me? Well, usually they're really consistent. Usually it's a result of a consistent, developed plan executed over and over again, each and every single day. And at the end of the year, it's golden. Let's be consistent together. Let's take little actions every single day and stop telling ourselves that it doesn't matter, because it does matter. Your life matters. Your dreams matter. Your purpose that you are put on this earth here to fulfill matters. Let's be consistent together, and let's achieve at the highest level possible, and let's change the world together. Thank you for tuning in to this episode of The Way Life Ought to Be. I'm Wayne Kramer for The Way Life Ought to Be. If you have not subscribed to this podcast, shared, liked, reviewed, please do so as fast as possible. Also, check out the Facebook page, The Way Life Ought to Be. And if you could like and follow that page, we are trying to grow this community, and it is growing, and it is going very well. And I am excited because this is going to be a great ride. I hope you all have an incredible day. Never give up on your dreams. Never relent. And be consistent. God bless.